Kitty. I've got nothing to say, but it's okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nothing to do but talk to you. How's your day been? Hello, everybody. This is the Sumi and Alex show, and we are live for our 9th year. And we want to say hello. That's 8 years longer than Sumi has been alive. This show has been on. So, and it's only 7 years longer than I've been alive. How are we doing, everybody? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you understand me? I don't know if Sumi can, but check this out. She's got a mullet. Look at that mullet. Look at that black mullet on a white cat. It sounds like a song, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like a new MGMT, like a new disco techno hit, like white cat, black mullet. White cat, black mullet. Let's go to town. Let's dance. Let's dance. White cat, black mullet. All right, kitty cat. You gotten your attention? You gonna stay out of my way now? Or are you gonna go hide in my wiring like a little demon? How are we doing, everybody? So, oh, no, I don't want you to see that doorway. No, don't see that doorway. So, I have gotten rid of all my elaborate set, as you can see. I've taken it all down for you. Moved it some other place. So we're starting fresh. I want you to look, just me, you. It's us. It's here. No, I do want to actually get this squared away with having something behind me. And it may just be taking a picture of my bookshelf and like even just using that on the green screen or whatever. But what I wanted to do is to live relay a video from my aquariums in the living room, which I think are my more fun ones. These two, I wanted to live stream an up close shot of those like as my background. That's the goal. But I've been having a problem with bandwidth, so I need to like set that up on a network setup rather than a wireless to internet to here online and back. So if someone's smarter than me, someone who is smarter than me, so any of y'all, if you know how to how to set that up, message me. That would be lovely. Oh, and now the cat has her toys. Oh, also, my wife is back in town, so she may walk in, but she's back. She had to go to work today, but look what I stole from her. Oh, might have broken them. Might have broken those on the microphone. But they're glittery, happiest place on earth. And what did she do there? She went to the Star Wars area and hung out there, even though she'd never seen the Star Wars movies until we met. Actually, that's a lie. She went as a little girl to see The Empire Strikes Back at like 7 years old and did not go to see anymore after that. Anyways, we'll move on. We'll move on past my bitterness and let's just be happy for her that she got to go to Disneyland while her husband was moping around. How are we doing, guys? Mike, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. CRP. Cheryl, what's going on? Coro, how is it going? Donnie Wolf, what up? Empire of Dirt, Jeff, what's up? How's it going, man? Prodigal Aquarius, hello. L Fish Tanks, L Chopped Up Fish Tanks. Linda, hello. Coro with the 32-month shout out. My favorite on again, off again YouTube membership. Yeah, you've been member longer than that, man. You've been around here like 6 years. I don't know. You've been around forever. It's all good. I know that. Real recognize real, man. Asya, hello. How are you doing? Speaking of folks who've been here forever, Jeff Kane been here a long while as well. Root Veggie, hello. Just got some Ivancara bimaculata, which has been my dream for fish for quite some time. How are you doing? Yeah, I am doing well, thank you. And that is a really cool fish. Any of the Ivancaras, I guess there's 2 or 3 species. They're really cool. Really, really cool. Carson Muffin, what's going on? Beto Great Lakes, hello, lovers of eggnog. Interesting. And then Asha, member for 53 freaking months. See, speak of the devil, there is love this community. We love you, Asha. We love you. Let's get a round of applause, a hug, put our digital arms around her. Anyways, there's a big it's a big Persian hug for you right there. I hope you're doing well. Also, let's see here. Who else? Did anybody say anyone else? Happy water change Wednesday. Yeah, Madame Lacrimosa. What is going on? I hope you're doing well as well. Ollie the pufferfish. Jan, what's up? Hope you are well. Zach, howdy. Howdy, Zach. Jeffo, what's up? Hey, Alex, New Year is around the corner. What are the biggest changes you have planned for the fish room this coming year? That's a good question. And, I'm looking at some of that right now. There's some changes that are gonna have to come because of my life. Do I want to talk about this now? Yeah, well, yeah, sure. We'll talk about it right now. So you guys know that I've been going through it since over a year ago. Last October, I hurt myself. I got cut on my foot. Then I have an autoimmune issue. I got sepsis, so a blood infection from the cut. Cut got infected. The bone got infected. The bone got weakened. I had surgery. They opened it up to the bone in my leg. And apparently some of the bone deteriorated because I'm also on steroids, aka prednisone, which can leach protein or calcium rather from your bones and basically give you osteoporosis. It can also give you edema or swelling in the legs, and very similar to diabetic conditions while you're taking it. However, my insurance has never agreed to pay for the $6,000 a month, $3,000 or whatever it is, $2,900. It's come down, but I think it's $2,900 or $3,200 per injection every 2 weeks for the various meds that would be an alternative to that. That would have less harsh side effects. And also, now I've got 5% kidney failure, which that's not a big deal because I got 2 kidneys and they're both just, one is failing at whatever, 10% or something. And it's not, that sounds dramatic, but it's not. It's just a way they measure things. And they don't even do anything until you get to like 50% in one that they would say, like, you need to change everything. Obviously you want to change things if you can. But long story short, it's been a rough road. They've tried to get things to heal. We'll get back to fish stuff in just a second. But yeah, they tried to get things to heal. Today, I got a new cast. That's not my bare leg, all chubby and pink. That is a soft cast. Again, wrap tight, soft cast with a soft boot. The other leg, a hard boot and a hard cast. And so, yeah, they're having to redo that every single week. I have to go in and they redo that. Then they have to check it. And unfortunately, because it's in the cast and because of the wound that was under there that weakened the bone, that caused the breaks in my leg and ankle, I had 2 breaks in my ankle. They healed them. Then one was fractured again by stress. They're both right now, yay, as of 2 weeks ago, healed again. Like they're both in the healing stage. I need to wear the cast a while longer, but like they're no longer apart. The on the MRI and X-ray, there's the color they want to see in between the bones. So that's good. I just need to, like, literally, I can't lift things. I can't walk. I need to stay either in a wheelchair or crutches or whatever. Even the crutches, when I was touching down, was too much weight, and that was causing things to be a problem while healing. That, and we're fighting like hell to get approval for United Healthcare, even though, I have United Healthcare that I pay good money for. Like I pay my wife's company $700 for their top tier. And literally the state free insurance if I were completely broke is way better. So that's where I'm coming at you guys from, is the channel has been slowing down. Now, I love this channel and I love you guys. And after all of this stuff that's been going on, also we had to get a new roof and we had to get sewage stuff done under the house because that was cracked with a tree root going through it. None of that's cheap. All of it's, we'll deal with it. We are still so fortunate and so happy to be a part of this. And y'all have helped so much by supporting me, by, literally financially, literally by, backing the channel, but just by being here, by giving me something to do and giving me a reason to make videos and to do research and all these things. It really, really, really has helped. So I want to thank you again, like before I even say any more. But here's the big news, and I know I've mentioned it before. I mentioned that I had a tumor that they found in my abdomen. It's on my kidney, my right kidney wall. And before, they didn't know what it was, and they were watching it and keeping an eye on it. And last week, it came back as cancerous. So I haven't done a biopsy yet, but possibly because of the lightning and the damage I sustained from that. Maybe from taking prednisone for years and the scarring that did to my kidney and liver. My kidney has a 3-inch by 2-inch by 1.5-inch-ish blobby tumor that is everything out of the 5 categories of how they categorize a tumor, like whether it's irregular or consistent, whether it's clear margins or not. All 5 traits are not the way you want them. But it's not spread yet. It's not in the tissue of the kidney. It's in the lining of the kidney. But we don't know what that looks like yet. I'm getting an oncology team as we speak through Fred Hutch, which is a great place. I can't I can't win. But I feel very fortunate about, if I have to have it, I'm surrounded by incredible people. And I know I'll get through it, because it's too boring. Cancer's way too boring to take. Cancer's way too boring to take me out, man. You'll have to be something else that takes me out, like aliens or something, right? It's just too boring. In fact, actually, they're doing a study. Gary Lang, I believe it was, and Matt, who was it? Well, I can't remember who all was in on it. But anyways, a couple people were doing a study on infections that are linked to the aquarium. Well, the infection that was in my wound in my foot when I got hurt, it was actually a bacteria that they're like, we don't know this bacteria. Well, they looked through CDC info and they found that it was like a bacteria that's really common up in Anchorage. And it's also common at the hospital I went to, which lucked out in that their infectious disease person was like, actually, I do know that one, even though it's not in like med textbooks and stuff. It's common from fish. And it's just like a bacteria that lives on fish. So that is before I got the resistant bacteria infection, last winter. That's what I kept getting, was just I had a weak immune system, and I kept getting basically a freshwater bacteria that fishermen and people who live off of fish are known to get. Like if you are swimming in the water a ton in the summer and cut yourself prone to it, or if you work on the water and you work with like old ropes that are soaked in fresh water, those are the places where it shows up historically. Also, Jeff 44 months of membership. Man, thank you. And I know your membership has lapsed too, because I know you've been around longer than that as well. But thank you. Good to see you, buddy. And I really do appreciate everyone being here. So we'll finish up what I was going to say right here about the changes for the channel. So I hate to tell you guys that I'm trying to make content as fast as I can. And what I'm having trouble with, if I had an editor or a producer or something, I'm sure we could get more out, because I'm second guessing myself a lot. I'm picking topics and then I'm saying, oh, I don't know if I want it. That's not good enough, or that's not polished enough, or I need to edit infographics over this. Like, I've come to a level on this channel now where I want to give you guys something that looks a little bit better than when I used to just talk to the camera. And I know that a lot of you guys would probably be fine with me talking to the camera, but now I'm self-conscious about it because the channel has really grown. And it was honestly a big part of that growth was right when I started spending all that extra time editing. But it means that a video is taking me somewhere between 15 and 25 or 30 hours to make for, say, a 20-25 minute video, between the research, the editing. And the editing is literally half the time. It can easily take me about an hour for every minute to 2 minutes of video and product. And so that has slowed me down a little bit, but I want to continue to get content out. Also, as you guys know, when I am live, I also I can sometimes get kind of like a brain fog that slows me down. And I'm in a case study, which is great. So I just got a whole new team of folks at University of Washington, and now they're in conjunction with Fred Hutch. The very odd thing about the cancer in my kidney, or on my kidney, is that my kidney the doctor who looks at my foot was concerned that my wound looked like this rare kind of cancer that she's seen as a podiatrist twice in her life. So that was odd. And then when they found out that I had cancer in my kidney, now they're bringing some people together because it's something very weird. It can't be normal with me. It has to be some weird version of everything. Love is elastic. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You have kidney cancer too. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, bummer, right? So, the good thing about most kidney cancer is if it's not all over both kidneys, which mine is on one, and it's in the lining, they'll probably just take out a kidney, and I'll have to really change my life and, really not drink soda and actually be really healthy. And hopefully that will deal with it. Some of these things, including the size I have, they generally don't even biopsy, is what I have been told now by 2 doctors. One doctor said they will, but he said they don't even take a punch biopsy, through your back or whatever anymore. After a certain size and with certain properties of it that are that indicate to them something, they oftentimes will just remove the whole kidney and just call it a day because you have 2. And there is also another version where they put a little loop around the thing if it's truly clear of the kidney, and they can cut it off without bleeding out or whatever. They can cauterize it by putting a little metal loop around the base of it and squeezing it, kind of pulling it tight like a lasso. That's the coolest, least invasive, get to keep both kidneys thing that could happen. However, with I gotta figure out what'll happen. So yeah, I gotta figure out what's happening. An ablation. Oh, that's what you're having too. Love is elastic creations. Right on. Well, I'm glad that you got it sorted out as well. You guys, thanks for hitting that like button too, guys. I appreciate it. I have a deal for you guys that this live stream was actually triggered by, like, what I was like, oh, I got to tell them about the deal that I just. So anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. So, and hello, Michelle. So where is the channel going in the next year? I don't know, but I have really, really exciting news. Well, I'm excited about it. In the AFA down in San Francisco, they are the America's only wholesale distributor of ADA. There are other distributors and retailers of ADA, but the only wholesaler is based in San Francisco. It's AFA, and it's owned by the Lowe brothers, George and Steve Lowe. And they are the first aquarium shop in the Japanese aquascape style. They opened in 2003. You can go watch my tour video of them. But they came back and they said, you know, we liked your tour video. We liked how you showed tanks progress in illustrations so that people could see a rough idea of like how the plants would grow in. And so what we want to do is send you our whole setup. So they're sending me a stand, a filter, a rimless tank, a twin star light, ADA, soil, aqua soil, CO2, like you name it. They're sending me the whole setup to do a high-tech tank. And so I need to send them drafts of my plan. And my first plan was going to be black, dark green, and then electric pink colored plants to make this very dark scene with like obsidian and koke stone, like black, rough, matte colored stone. And then I was going to have just a few pieces of obsidian kind of showing through like a darker sand. That was my first idea. But now my idea is evolving, and I kind of want to do something like darker plants with like a yellow or orange color coming through, almost like lava breaking through, like Hawaiian basalt or Hawaiian stone. But I'm going to send them a thing. They've already said, like, you can order it now, but I want to make it count, and I want to set it up on the channel in like several different episodes, obviously. And that should be really cool. You know, I think it'll be fun because I haven't showed you guys high-tech aquarium stuff in a while. And we've done a lot of like, this is how to do it the cheapest way possible. This is how to do it the freest way possible. This is how you can tell the man to go, you know. But also we can now try it the way with like, hey, you're an adult, you have an aquarium, this is your hobby for your life, and you got some money to invest. What do you do and where do you go when you've tried the potted plants or the planted tanks? You love them, and you can afford the CO2, and you can afford a good light. And, you know, if you want nice aesthetically interior design stuff, you know, the backlit LED screens and different things, fogged sheets and things like that. So we're going to do that, and we're going to recover that ground of like, how do you set up the CO2 tank? How do you do that? So I think that'll be cool. But in the meantime, the other affiliate that I needed to like double down with was Aquatic Arts, because Aquatic Arts for a while I felt was slipping away. They had a total reshuffle. They had Vivi, which we pushed. You know, I pushed that on this channel. I really tried for it. That is the guy who owns Aqua Forest in San Francisco. Yes, it is, Dennis. And he is a super great guy, super nice. Can you do videos for dummies? Totally. I mean, you guys, no one's a dummy in here, but I will do videos, assuming, you know, I like to do my videos going all the way to beginner level of a topic, but also covering all the way to expert level of detail, which I know some people find annoying because they're like, I already knew the first 30% of what you said. But I feel like those fundamentals are sometimes important to cover. So that's why I do things the way I do. And I have tried to get away from just too many side tangents and cut them in the videos when I can in editing. Although I know some people like side tangents, but you're just gonna have to see more of those in my live streams, I guess, because I can't stop myself from the side tangents. But yeah, it looks like we are gonna do so it's gonna be a 60p aquarium. So that's about a 2-foot diagonally across aquarium by 45 centimeters by 45 or by 60 centimeters by 45 centimeters, I believe. So it's not a big aquarium. It's, what is that, like 16 gallons or something like that, I want to say. Is Luke in here? Is anybody like that? Does anybody in here know off the top of their head what how much? Dennis, do you know what a 60p aquarium from ADA, like what that is? And not in liters, but in gallons. Anyways, how do you get rid of planaria? They're eating your fish eggs. Get a product called No Planaria. I have videos on this. If you ever come to a live stream and you ask questions, I have several videos on easy low light plants. Go and search low light plants or beginner plants or low tech plants, or whatever it may be, and then also just put in @ symbol and then Fishery, the channel name. And if you do that, like low tech plants or low tech planted tank, Fishery, in the search bar on YouTube, it should give you way more videos with my content than if you just do low tech plants. But there's a good chance you'll find them either way. But no planaria is probably the best product for just straight up killing them if you order it online. It is also not 100% snail safe, but it is somewhat snail safe compared to fenbendazole, flubendazole. Some of those other ones will kill planaria, but they need high enough doses that you're also going to kill your snails, including like your helpful ones, but like also pet snails like cappuccino or mystery or near right or spike snails, things like that. And yeah, I agree, divide by zero. I would save the flubendazole, fenbendazole for actual gut bacteria, for actual parasitic nematodes, worms, stuff like that are causing trouble. But they do work, and if you're in a pinch, they do work. You can also use a trap. But the thing is, the babies reproduce at such a fast rate that they will hide in your substrate, and they're not going to die of starvation for a long time. They can go into what's called torpor. They can sleep, essentially, and they can just chill. They can just relax. And then they'll come back out and eat your shrimp. So if you have a tank with fish in it, there's a good chance your fish, even if you think they don't like the planaria, most fish will try a planaria and they'll nibble on it. They'll go, and then they'll go, and they'll spit it out into the water column. And the planaria will kind of either ball up or kind of like wiggle off. Well, they bite with an acidic bite that's in their stomach, and their stomach and mouth is in the center of their body. They don't have a head. That little triangular thing, yes, they have eyes or photosensors on the end of that. But that triangular thing versus the other end, there's no end on a planarial worm. They're kind of like oblong, like they've got this shape, and then instead of this shape, they've got a little triangle for a head. Detritus worms will be completely white and just longer, thinner, skinnier, round, no triangular head. Triangular head with 2 eyes and an oval in the center of their body, that's a dead giveaway for a planaria. And there are lots of species, but in our hobby, we really deal with 2 or 3. Let's see here. What was Koro saying here? Sometimes it helps to search the channel name and video topic in a browser instead of YouTube app. So Alex has been a controversial figure in the past, shadow banned to heck. Yeah, that I will. Yeah, I'll agree with Coro. I am hard to find sometimes. Unless people have already shown like time after time that they keep coming back to the channel. I have literally had what did a lot of damage, and I didn't realize it till after the fact because I just said I don't care, was when I got in a fight with a bigger creator. What they did was they tagged my content as theirs, and then they tagged it as needing to be taken down because it was inappropriate, which got put onto me falsely. And what it was a total lie. So YouTube corrected the lie, reinstated my account, but metric wise, ever since then, that did take kind of, I don't know, a 20 or 30% hit to things. And it's just always kind of been there. But things come and go, and, I'll do something or I'll post something, and every once in a while, especially when I've done nature walk videos, I'll get hit. For instance, we did 2 different videos where we went out and looked at creeks and wet riparian zones that have been rehabitated, rewilded, and seen fungi. In one video, I didn't show anything illegal or whatever. I just mentioned the Latin names of fungi. And I was told because I didn't instruct everyone that they shouldn't eat them unless they are themselves an expert, not with an expert, they have to be an expert. And they didn't tell me what that means or anything. Of course, they didn't tell me any details. So I got a 2-week timeout for that. I mean, there's been a number of things that have been really vague. Also, Siamese algae eater. Oh, if I had said Siamese something like something similar to box thing, and then the word fish, yeah, for bettas, that's another thing that I got, that was quote unquote animal abuse. So there's been a number of things over the years that I don't know why this channel's gotten hit so hard, but it's definitely due to people reporting it. Like, I've been told that by the YouTube workers. They're like, I don't know, I'm sorry that a bunch of people must have reported it. So I must have a fan club that just really doesn't like some of the things I do. Anyhow, I'm not gonna worry about it. You guys are here, so y'all that are all that matter, right, guys? Hey, KJ, pick and choose. I like that name. Yeah, someone needs to make a comedy movie about how weirdly hostile the aquarium influencer world apparently is. No, it's seriously like not a mighty wind, but best in show. It's something like that. I don't know. It's bizarre. Any hobby that's just big enough that people can make a living, but only a few people make a living, I don't know, 100 make a living off of it, is kind of laughable, because I don't know, maybe a few thousand make a living off fish as a thing if you count fish stores and Petco and PetSmart. But even then, that's debatable whether employees making minimum wage are making a living. But it is it's strange. Every hobby has, when you get into it hardcore, when you're doing it every day and you're on this level of the top of whatever, however you rank it, whether that's club meets or medals, or you're the most winning or the best record at this or that, whatever it is, whether it's sprint car racing or model trains or stamp collecting, birding, there are freaking weird people in every facet of it. And as you get into the more specified subgenres, you get more and more intense about it, because everyone is a bigger fish in a little pond. So they want to eke out that scrap, that place that they're the expert on this. And so for me, I don't want to be the expert on any one thing necessarily. I just want to be the guy who knows all the other experts and can hopefully help people out and myself out by having that Rolodex that I'm constantly putting together of who's the guy to call about loricaridae, pharyngeal jaws, or, dentition. Oh, okay. Well, I could go to Ian Fuller, or I could go to Rebecca Bentley, that kind of thing. That's always my goal. But let's see here. Let's see. Cassandra, hello. Yeah, you're right. There's always somebody who never learns to enjoy things without, quote unquote, winning the thing. Yeah, I know. But back to what I was going to say. So I have resettled, or I've rekindled, or I don't know what to call it, because I was in the hospital. I was sick. It's been a bumpy year, right? But I realized that I was posting 3 videos a week at one point and doing 2 live streams. And I did that through the thick and the thin of it for 8 years. And I'm tired. I really am tired of that. I still love the topic, but I'm tired of like having to come out and perform, because it has to be to my best standard that I can do. And that may not be the best quality video in the hobby. It may not be the best fish content you've ever seen, but it has to be good enough quality that I'm proud of it and that I'd put it out, right? And when this channel was smaller too, it was also, I didn't worry as much about, is this going to be watchable to a 4th grader with a thick Jamaican accent? Is it going to have text on the screen and pictures and say it and show video clips? So, hey, cat, get off the keyboard. Or is it going to be just me talking and only accessible to those who understand the language and, whatever. So, and like me and want to listen to me at the speed that they do. And should I get rid of errors, or when I say the word too many times, should I edit that in my standalone videos? And the answer for me used to be no, but now it's yes. And now I can't go back. And so for that, I feel like it reduces my output to a video or 2 a week, and 2 live streams a week is the ideal. But when I'm having a health issue or a scheduling issue, or right now, my dad just had knee surgery last night too. So he had a knee replacement, went well. He's doing great. He's 72. So it's like, I mean, he's a little old, but he's hopefully not going anywhere anytime soon. He's a pretty active dude and pretty cool dude. And that all went well. So between that and then I got a aquatic arts order a day late because of FedEx. FedEx just let it sit in Oregon for 28 hours. I don't know why. They must have just forgot it, or like literally didn't pass it on to the next truck. And then they were like, oh crap, grab that box. I don't know what happened, but I did an unboxing, and I will be posting that tomorrow or the next day of some cool stuff I got from Aquatic Arts. But that brings me now full around to the whole question that was asked a little while ago, which is, what is the channel going to look like the next year? It's going to hopefully go back to a video or 2 a week, maybe like one lighter or fluffier video a week of like a countdown or a species spotlight, something that's like a 10 or 12-minute video. And then I still do like to do my deep dives. That shrimp video about shrimp eyes surprisingly took me like 3 months altogether. Not hours wise, right? I wasn't working on it nonstop. I was working on 4 or 5 other videos too that are half done now. But that I had to get a hold of people in Germany. I had to get a hold of people in Taiwan. I got a hold of people here. And actually, I'm going to be working with Rare Shrimp, it looks like, who is the only official importer of those Neocaridina shrimp with the eyes like that. Also, the genetics of the super fancy tigers and some of the sky fish and some of the Vin shrimp, so very, very high-end Hong Kong and Taiwanese breeders and lines, they're the only American transshipper or wholesaler of those as well. And they got a hold of me after they saw that video, and they said, would you like to be an affiliate? And so I'm hoping I can get you guys some cool deals for those of you who are into Caridina shrimp or high-end shrimp, or maybe you just want to breed some of those bright-eyed neocaridinas. I explained it in my video, and we can go into more detail if I get a hold of some by being an affiliate of theirs. Like if they say, hey, we'll send you, 5 or 6 or whatever, I'd love to try to cross them into a line and like do that as an experiment on the show, right? Like the way we looked at the genetics chart already, like to show that over the course of time. I think that would be super fun. So I want to do more giveaways again also. And part of my life had been in a weird place because the channel was supporting me as a living. And right now the channel is kind of hovering at around, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I'll turn around my, screen and show you guys whenever anybody asks, but I made like $1,400 in total, all the different avenues of my income last month. And it's because I didn't work hard. I was sick. I was resting. I was reading a lot, and I have a lot of info that I'd like to share that hopefully will come in handy later for the channel. But granted, that's the lowest I've made in 4.5 or 5 years now. And I'm not saying boo-hoo or I'm whining or complaining. I'm just saying that no longer is like completely livable when my medical bills are higher than that a month. So great, like huge thanks to my incredible wife. Like she is incredible. I love her beyond words. Lara, I mean, she's killing it at work. She is a boss among bosses. She has gotten promoted several times, and she is now marketing director at a multi-billion-dollar company. So good for her. I used to be her graphic designer, and she was the marketing director, and it was literally just the two of us flying by the seat of our pants 13 years ago. Now she has like a whole staff under her, and Charlie's Produce, all the bananas this west of the Mississippi, they bring into the United States. It's a wild world, and I'm so proud of her, that she works this company that supports everything from believe it or not, Kroger and like, stores, you probably Thriftway, Safeway, that kind of stuff, all the way to like grocery outlet and those like bargain kind of stores or shop and save kind of stuff. Those stores and Walmart, like neighborhood Walmarts and the big Walmarts, the superstores, they all get bananas, right? Well, they get bananas from a produce supplier who gets them from a wholesaler. And to wholesale bananas, you have to have, I think it's fluorine dioxide or something like that. It's a special gas, and they gas the bananas in these giant, big green banana, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. And they gas them with this stuff to ripen them up and bring them to market. And her company has like the giant facilities where they do that, amongst a bunch of other things that produce, like you would have no idea, like apples are kept refrigerated for 1.5 years, and they're just like in these freon induced stupors in like sub-zero freezer room barn things. What? There's a lot of weird things about fruit that you don't know, that you're eating year-old fruit. Like when it says like fresh season's opener, whatever came like the week before that, you were eating like year-old fruit and it was fine. But anyways, she works for a company like that. So I'm super proud of her. But if it weren't for her paying the mortgage, I couldn't hold down the things I do here. So I have to thank her. And I have to admit that like now, what's this? Alex, did you get your Aquarist auction lot yet? No, I haven't gotten mine yet, Asha. But I will be getting those Thursday, I think is when they're scheduled to arrive. I got some Lake Inlay Danios, the genus that is the Danio unique to Lake Inlay. super exciting. They're not a true Danio. They're actually like their own thing from like Inlay, but I love them. I haven't had them in years, but I love them. Also, AKZ, thank you so much. I'm glad that you like the code. Fishery15. Fishery15 will get you 15% off Aquatic Arts. Everything there. I've got their shirt on because I just filmed the unboxing. But what I wanted to tell you guys too is, so I teamed up with AFA. So we're gonna have a new aquascaping component and high tech. We're not gonna stop doing any of my low tech tanks. Those aren't going anywhere. I'm still gonna have algae covered tanks with bugs in them, as my wife says. And we're still going to do care species and things like that. But I do want to get back into plants and rare plants and interesting plants and show like what is the full biological potential of a plant. Like what does it look like in a low-tech tank in my fish room versus what does it look like in the AFA tank that we set up under high light, liquid fertilizer regimen, aqua soil and CO2 galore. Dennis, thank you so much for the super chat. Just saw that as well. Lara is bomb. Good for her and you. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And she sure is. Yeah, I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't do it without my wife. And, she'll be home any minute, I'm sure. The cat's getting all antsy. So usually she does that when she wants her she wants her mommy, and her mommy was gone all week, and I wasn't a good enough mommy for her. I'd give her treats and she'd just shrug it off like, you're useless. But what I was gonna say, so I still will be recommending DANSFISH. I'm sure he'll be streaming soon. I still want to give out, I still want to give out that recommendation that DANSFISH is great. I think Imperial Aquatics, Imperial Tropics, I think they're a good company that's family owned, independent. In fact, I'd like to partner with them. The Wet Spot, I'd like to partner with them. Those are the ones I know of right now that I would like speak to. I've toured their facilities. I know their owners. I know the people who work there. And I would say, yeah, buy their stuff. But I want to get you guys a deal. And sure, if I can get a commission from it, or even if it's just, hey, we're going to send you a free box of fish and you're going to highlight some random stuff we send you every now and then, that's great too, because I can give it away or trade it or whatever. But I can feature them on a species spotlight. If I like them, I can keep them or whatever. But I'm happy to do that, and if it gets you guys a discount, great. But the discount that I used to get for Dan's to give you guys is no more. And it's, I think, for the first time you ever use it, I want to say it's like 5% now, and it's not a code you use. It's just if you go to a link that will be changing every month, I believe. So that is going to alter things a little bit, just in the sense that, love DANSFISH. Price is high, and the price is high because he does take really good care of things. But when you're not spending that on the advertising and the other things anymore, it's kind of like, well, where's why isn't the savings going to promoting or to a sale or to loyal customers or something like that? And that piece of it means that I probably won't focus quite as much on like doing a whole shopping thing, although maybe I will, because they have really cool fish and so I don't want to give any shade in that sense. It's just the dynamics have changed, and I'm really sad that they have, because I think that it was worth it, and 5 or 10% is not a huge deal, especially 5%, to give the end user off of a fish. And I said I'd rather give up my cut and give it to you guys, but have them know that like I'm on their team and just, you know, promote them in the hobby. But if they're big enough in the hobby that they don't need to be giving out those incentives, they're getting enough people on their own, finding them, then especially with Aquarium Co-op in on that, all that has changed with Aquarium Co-op teaming up with them and recommending them. And maybe that's enough, you know, with the millions of viewers, that they don't need that from like Bob Steamfod or I or other channels, the few of us that have been around that. And so yeah, but I was gonna say from what I am planning in the next year, I kind of also wanted to decide, well, what is the push? Like, what can I offer you guys from the channel that's useful? So I do want to say that I might make all of Discord just like $2.99 or $5.99 or something, just so that it's a library of all the files when I get unlocked copies of books. Things like if Ivan, for instance, gives me unlocked copies. Actually, I just got a good example. Chris Lukoff gave me all his posters of crayfish, nanofish, shrimp, snails, Siluriaceae species, rice fish. I mean, so many of these like beautiful posters, high resolution, laid out for print. And Chris Lukoff kindly gave those to me, said I could use them in my video to zoom in and to show like what the lines look like in 2003's poster versus like how far we've come now. But also he said, if you want to give them to, you know, a few viewers who you want to say thank you to or something, you know, he's like, do that. You know, I trust who you send the file to or whatever. Just don't, you know, send it to everyone. Because, you know, that's his living, how he makes a living, taking those pictures and licensing them and so forth and traveling the world. So yeah, I still want to offer things like access to that, to the extent that when I get that, or the fact that like Toy Fish has a 4th and 5th version, Al Klee's book. Clay is how you actually say his name, but everyone reads it as Klee, Klee. That is the best history of the aquarium book there is. He was working on the last 30 years since his 2002 edition, and I also was working on that same period, and I was going to do a book on the history of fish keeping since World War II. And then I was working on doing one that was before World War II, because the jet plane and overnight travel continentally, plus everyone having electricity in their homes and things, revolutionized everything. And then plastic bags, and then home medication, and knowing how to dechlorinate, all the stuff that happened by the 50s absolutely made the hobby. That is like a breaking point of like, thought it was a cool hobby before, well, watch it now, you know. And he knew that too. And so where I can share those and things, I like to do so. Also, I do have discounts at places like Garden of Eater or Shrimp Envy, stuff like that. So I want to continue to just provide that to you free. I don't get he will send me, I think, like credit in shrimp, but I haven't hit him up for that in like 4 years or 5 years or whatever. So that's not the point. I just want to give you guys something for being loyal to me, for being good to me. And in the course of also this, I like to show the places where I would buy stuff. I want to show you guys what I'm excited about that's in the hobby. So if you guys see something for sale, or you know a breeder, Greg Sage, or you know Lucas Bretz, or you know whoever it is, Gary Lang, or whoever it may be, and you know that they're like the best at breeding this, or they do this, or they have a line that's this or that, I love to hear about it. Yeah. Alex, Garden of Eater site code. It's secret 10, I believe. It's either that or History 10, I believe. And it might be a capital S, it might be a capital H. It should be in the description, I think, in my description. But if you go to the tour video of his house, it's for sure there, and that should be for sure accurate as well. Where I say the biggest collection of shrimp, private collection of shrimp tour. That should have it. Big Steve's glass boxes. Thank you so much, Big Steve. That super chat, never expected, always so appreciated. Thank you very much. Alex, can you do an interview with Hans George Evers? I hope so. He's been in my house. I have chatted with him for several hours. I had a good rapport with him. He's a busy guy who goes a lot of places, and a lot of these guys that are, especially the European guys, they may need a speaking fee, or they may need to help sell a book, or get invited to a speaking tour. And I will probably, spin it as, well, you can speak to my viewers, and maybe some of them have fish clubs, and after they hear you, they will want to hear more, and actually fly you out to America. But I have not approached him since I saw him personally and asked him to be on the show specifically. But I do have a list of people that are like that I would love to invite on. Ian Fuller is another one, Corridora's expert. Anton Leboge. Some of these people are passing away now, like Rosario or Clay. There's a number that I kick myself for not having, or Frank Megianis. I can never say his Megianis. Okay, I can't say it. I can't say the word in Spanish, in English or Spanish. But he's a piranha expert, and Ivan Mikolji, or Ivan Mikolji, and I, we have all his life's work dedicated to the Green Earth Alliance, and we have a book to make with all the species that are known of piranhas and more, all the study of their dentition, all the law he changed in Oregon to make them legal again in Oregon. Very interesting story. So we have I have some definite plans of that. I have plans of working with Ivan Mikolji, having him on the show because he has a brand new book coming out. Ty Streetman and George, you guys know who he is. Why can't my brain is slowing down? British George. The aquascaper and aquarist everyone knows. George Farmer. Those two, they have a Aquascapes book. I helped them out with the Florida part on that. I donated some photos and wrote a couple little blurbs. And so they're people that I'd like to have on the show who have been a part of things. So there's a lot of different stuff going on there. And hopefully that'll all be coming up soon. So I wanted to say, Alex, how much is a round trip flight from Washington to Wisconsin? That flight is Washington to Wisconsin. It's probably around $380, maybe $250 to $500. It really depends on when you book it. What would you say, honey? Wisconsin to Seattle? Probably 400 round trip. Would like if you knew ahead of time, that'd probably be about where you'd land if you were like have a flyer membership, frequent flyer type thing. I usually fly Alaska because that's Seattle's main airline. But I haven't been flying anywhere for a while, and I need to fly to Florida one more time soon to get my upper implants finally taken care of. But with the luck I've had lately, I'll end up with freaking tooth cancer if I go down there again or catch on fire spontaneously. Guys, I want to show you one thing real quick though. And my wife is home now, and she's home from California and her work trip and her Disneyland trip. Look at, we got the cutest little kitty in all of Mouseland.
Yeah, she not like that.
And I was like, honey, I'm so glad you went to Disneyland without me, because I can't ride on roller coasters and stuff. I have 6 herniated discs and 2 broken spots on my back that have been fused. And so Mullet Kitty, that's right. Thank you for bringing that one back. Somebody said Seattle to Muncie starts at $287 for one way, $365 for round trip. That's not bad, Peplin. That's not bad. Speaking of who I bought my auction from at the aquatic auction the other evening, there's Peplin Creek, and yeah, I don't know where Roxy is, but I got my my Lake Inlay Danios, really beautiful. Sometimes they're called ladder or fire bar Danios too. But the Lake Inlay species, I need to breed them. I've been slacking on breeding like egg scatterers because it's just kind of a lot of work, and I haven't wanted to like take on more babies that you have to feed every single day than I have to. So all the babies I bred in the last few months, like last 6 months, were all stuff that I could just squirt pond water from my backyard into and call it good. Green water and infusoria and that kind of stuff. Let's see here. So yeah, the auction was fun. It was. And there was some good stuff in that auction, for real, Fish Fam. So what I was going to show you real quick before I get off and go join my wife for dinner is I want to share a screen. Share the screen. Share the screen. Fresh water. So at Aquatic Arts right now, I gotta give them their dues. So right now they have a deal going, and they're selling vampire crabs. Right, those are great. They're selling fully aquatic, semi-aquatic, and fully terrestrial. They got a little bit of everything. They also have springtails now. They also have live food stuff. But right now they have this crazy deal, which is a BOGO deal. Check this out, guys. Right now, this week, so see this price? Normally these fish are $19.98 for 3 kitty tetras. They're beautiful, look like a reed tetra with kind of this sun-kissed color to them, with a little hue of white on each caudal flank, and then you've got this like nice red hue up here on the eye. Well, say you wanted 6 of them. Oh, only $15 for 6 of them. How can it be that price? Well, it's not just that price. It's $16 bucks, $15.99. Then you can pick which one you want. Do you want candy cane tetras, or do you want green fire tetras? So then you can pick either these candy cane tetras and get 6 for free, or 6 of these green fire. These ones are the ones I would pick. So you get 12 fish for $15.99. Then you add my code Fishery 15, and you get 15% off this at checkout. You guys, what? I mean, that's like you're paying like 13 bucks. Then shipping, obviously. So shipping might be 50 bucks, not gonna lie to you. So 65 bucks for 12 fish that are really, really pretty fish that I mean, these are $7 at my local store. These guys are usually more like 5 or 6. These guys more like 4 to 6. But they've been offering these deals every week. So I wanted to point that out, that they've been doing that, which is cool. But moreover, it works with my code, the Fishery channel code. You can get that crazy BOGO deal that they switch up every week and that they post either on their homepage, or they'll post it in their newsletter. And also they've got these new crabs. Like, look at that beautiful purple and white crab right there. Again, it was $14.99. Now it's $12.74. Well, you can get my 15% off on it on top of that. And it's guaranteed to be the best deal because I've been with Aquatic Arts for going on 8 years. Longer than all but like 2 people that are with the company now, I think. And right now, they have new people. So it's not like it used to be. Look at this. They have rare species of these rasboras, true rasbora, exilus. They also have, look at this, $19.99 for assorted multicolor plakat bettas. That's 50% off right now. 30% off albino sailfin plecos, $9.79. So they've got some cool stuff going on. Lemon vampire crabs, $11.99. Elegant pencilfish, $9.34. I mean, you guys will go through there and see if you like anything. Also, they've got all these new foods that are in-house and or all made in America, all independent. This is what I was hesitant why I didn't push them so hard for a while. For a good like year there, I pushed them, but I wasn't like, they're my ride or die. And, you know, I leaned into DANSFISH more, even though the price was so much higher. But here, I mean, I really want to show you guys, like, they have also the Amano shrimp that are those beautiful orange and yellow and snow colored. They have the high grade blue bolts. I mean, they've got some really cool shrimp. I mean, anywhere from $17.99 for a high grade blue bolt all the way down to, you know, way less for some of these other ones. Like, so these are breeding packs, by the way. So you get a combo box for $89. You get 10, I believe it is 10 females and 5 males or something like that. And they're all big adult size. And then you get 3 food packets that'll last a year. Plus you get all these different botanical leaves, achoya, wood, and usually some of these come with moss or plants as well. But yeah, you just gotta let, some are 10 crystal black for 64, or for 124, 20 crystals. Look at neocaradinas that are done this way. I mean, they've got the wild neocaradinas if you're looking for some of those crazy traits like having different color eyes. In their genetics of their wilds, I see things like the yellow eye. So they're getting some actual wilds. They're not just revert culls. They're actual wilds that they had. They also have these Amanos. They have the normal Amanos, but then they have the sun-kissed orange ones. And these guys, which I just got in again, and they'll be in my unboxing, but these guys are incredibly yellow. They're just as yellow as a neocaridina, but they get 2 inches long. And you'd think that would be crazy expensive and rare. $8.99. They're a mono shrimp. They just destroy algae for you. So there's some really cool deals here. And they've got, you know, cardinal silurese shrimp bred in-house. There's Skittles shrimp, you know, which are the assorted ones. And this is what, $24 for a 5-pack. So $4.99 a piece. Plus you can use my code. And basically, they've got, if you want to spend a little, you can spend a little. If you want to spend a lot, you can spend a lot. But they've also got lots of crayfish, of course, which is another strong point of theirs. They've also, you know, they've always got something interesting, even if they're sold out of a few, like these ones right now. Things come and go out of season. And a lot of times they'll leave the info up because people who bought it recently still want to be able to look up the care sheets and stuff. So that's but they also have plants too, guys. And they have tissue cultures for crazy good prices. You can get tissue cultures from like $5.99 and $6.99. Look at this, like all day long, really good plant prices. And they have like quite a few too. So whereas they used to like kind of come and go and be a little anemic, they're really back full swing, kicking some butt. And I just have to give them a real shout out for what they've been up to. Oh, you guys, I am so incredibly sorry if all you were seeing Oh, I am so sorry, guys. All you were seeing that entire time was here. Wow, I'm sorry. What a dumb, Alex. Here, I was going through and showing plants. I was showing fish. I won't go show it all again, but I'll just hop through real quick. Like, they have some really cool fish from all these different rice fish, really some rare stuff, some new fish species, really neat stuff that I'm not seeing anywhere else in the hobby. Sorry, guys. Sorry that you only saw that banner. I know that probably annoyed everyone. But here, let me just show you a couple more things. So again, I said they had the plants. Well, they also have the tissue cultures, and they've also partnered with this brand, AquaZen, which is also JBJ aquariums. So now they also have rimless aquariums, built-in filtration aquariums. Look at this marble queen sword for $6.99. Real roots, bare roots. That's not a tissue culture right there. So they're bringing in plants. Reuben swords, $6.99. These are killer deals if you know the normal price of some of these plants. $5.99 for Atlasberg sword. Yeah, they've got some really good deals. The tissue cultures are usually like $6.99, $7.99. And sometimes they'll do buy 3, get 1 free. But they're doing that. They're doing all the botanicals and leaf litter stuff that I think they're doing a great job. I have consulted with them on a lot of this, like what should they bring in? Well, I think y'all should bring in this or that or the other. Hold on, copy. Aquarium botanicals. So like I've said, like, you know, bring in some of these catappa seeds. Why not? Bring in the casuarina pine pods. They've got these packs that are like $14 sampler packs with banana leaves, coconut husks, moringa leaves, catappa leaves, and alder cones. They've got different packs for different things. They've got a whole new breeder pack out there now too, a new botanical combo that's got some fresh foliage. They've also got all new like little nuts and seed pods for things like your dwarf cichlids and shrimp. So I'm pretty excited. Like, pretty good prices too for their and obviously if you just buy dry stuff that's not alive, you don't have to pay the crazy shipping, right? Also, they're carrying some amphibians from time to time, little frogs and axolotls, things like that. But I wanted to show you earlier the crayfish, and let's see if it'll pop up. Yeah, okay. The crayfish. So again, they've got crayfish, they've got crabs. Again, they have yes, they have crabs that are aquatic. They have crabs that are terrestrial, fully aquatic, like the pom-pom little miniature crabs that I love. Then the ones that I don't so much love, but I think they're beautiful, I just don't want them. Thai micro crabs, they've got here another cool one, but they've got the lemon vampire. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these. They've got the Halloween crabs back in too, guys, and also the carnival vampire crab. That's a brand new one. The all purple vampire, that's new. And then the orchid vampire that's half white, half purple. And these are all species. These are not just like a color morph. They're all species. And some are just need like water. Others need land and water. And some don't even need that. Also, they're selling springtails, isopods. They're also, well, I guess they're sold out right now. But they do have some really fun, like, you know, little ones, some little lemon colored ones, and some giant ones, and they're working on getting more of these. If you guys breed any of these, like, come on in, talk to Aquatic Arts, and they want to get they want to get a hold of more of this stuff. They want more of the like red springtails and stuff like that. Their big goal, I mean, for all of this was, you know, to be able to breed in-house as much as possible. And so snails too, again, they have really cool snails over and over. They've always had a line on some of the coolest snails in the hobby. Really good prices. I love all the neorites they have. Also, you can buy B grade ones for way cheaper and then use your code. Yeah, they're a little beat up, but their shell, as long as they're in water that's 7.5 or harder and got minerals that they need, KH and GH, they'll color back up. These guys are another one I freaking love. These pink miniature snails, these antler snails, I absolutely love these things. They don't leave those little white eggs everywhere, but they're pretty cool. And from time to time, they've got all sorts of other snails, from stuff in off the island of Sulawesi to whatever. But last thing I wanted to show you guys was the they've got their fish section, which I guess what didn't pop up on the screen, but they've got everything from red widow frontosas, so special line bred cichlids from the Rift Lakes or Lake Victoria, all the way down to newly found tetras and rasboras, to old standbys, to care species of very rare. Look at this. It was $25. Now it's only $12, and locally bred exo choco or chochromis. Kind of cool fish. There's a number of them. Also, they've got goodyids. They've got the rosy bitterlings. Goodyids are another care species. They've got females and males, it looks like, and they've also got the Madagascar cichlid that is absolutely about to go extinct, if not already, in the wild of Madagascar. There's some really cool stuff. A lot of times people, though, will see, oh my goodness, $26 for gold ring danios. Those are usually only $8 or $9. Well, just double check, because that's for 3, so, or for instance, 44 for 6. So it goes down as you buy more. So try the prices. But if it's bred by Aquatic Arts, if it says that in the corner, then you're definitely guaranteed to get an even crazier deal. But, shop around. The only place I would say might have some less expensive fish, but I'm going to say they haven't been quarantined as long and so forth usually. And it's not as quick of customer service and turnaround, is Moonlight Aquatics. Another place I love, a guy I support. He brings in cool and weird stuff. Moonlight Aquatics does, but he does not have 15 people working for him, and he's not able to do all that back and forth customer service email stuff that sometimes is nice to have, like right now when I want it. But just use the code FISHTERY15. You get 15% off. You can use it as many times as you want each time you buy stuff. I just did an unboxing. I've got Grendel worms, and I've also got white worms from Aquatic Arts to start cultures of. They've got scuds, they've got Daphnia, they've got Infusoria. So they've got a bunch of different things going on. They've got all these botanical sampler packs, like I said, of the different nuts and things, of the different seed pods. I'm pretty excited. So thanks, guys, for watching. Sorry that the first part was a little bit like, all right, so here's what's coming up on the channel. I can't promise this, I can't promise that, but I can tell you that I am working again at kind of rekindling some of these things, like the friendship and the relationship. If I promote AFA, which is ADA also, that's Aqua Design Amano, I of course will promote their stuff. It's absurdly expensive, and it is like the Ferrari of aquarium stuff, which is very overpriced. So is a Ferrari. You're paying for the brand, you're paying for the vibes. But that being said, I want one, right? I just can't afford one. So for those of people who have the money to spend the money if you want. You know what I mean? They're quality products. So that's kind of my thought on those things. But you know, some of these things are like, I want to cover you guys on all the bases of, like, we got Moonlight Aquatics with kind of weird Chinese and Southeast Asian bred oddball and like hard to find new species that no one else has. And we've got Aquatic Arts doing in-house breeding, more sustainable US based stuff, crabs and shrimp that nobody has. Garden of Eder has Caridina specifically that no one has, and a selection of variety that no one has. Rare shrimps should have a quality that no one has. So, you know, I've been looking all over and trying to find a little bit of everything that works for everyone. And hopefully this helps a little bit. And I really do appreciate, hey, Nancy B, L Fish Tanks, hello. Johnny Best, hello. Good to see you, brother. Let's see. Alex, please. Oh, please help Alex hit the like button. Mick, what's up? Good to see you. And also Wicked Freaking Aquatics. Good to see you as well. A lot of those crabs like more land than others. Yeah. Vampire crabs definitely can be a little bit grouchy for sure. But they are pretty cool. And Johnny, thank you, buddy. I'm gonna end this stream before you can give away members. Oh, you gave away a membership. Well, Johnny, thank you. I appreciate it. Whoever gets that lucky membership, well, you're a lucky Labrachromis. Good to see you, everybody. You know, I always love hanging out with my community here. Y'all are the best. And I will have an unboxing video coming up shortly. Again, it'll have some discount code info, but you know, I'm going to put it right here in the chat right now. Fish story. Fish story. All caps. All caps. All caps. Cap all day long. Fish story 15. No spaces. I just wrote fish story. Fish story. Not fish story. Fish story. At and then aquatic arts.com. So obviously that's where you go for the things, for the stuff we talked about tonight. But you know, check them out. Coming up on Black Friday, that's when everyone's winding down this year. That's my hint of the night. My hint of the night. Every store, every fish person I've talked to is hoping to make their money in November. Like the end of October to the end of November, maybe the first week of December. Then they have to stop. And they're going to wait until the second or third, maybe even fourth week of January, depending on how big or small the place is. And they're hurting for the last financial year. So there may be some really good deals, but get them when they offer them, like ASAP, because they're going to sell out of those. But they're going to offer some crazy deals probably all across the market, because this year was hard on independent fish stores and things. It was hard on the entire economy. Even though people were buying things at a decent rate, it wasn't what we'd come to see with the lockdowns and things. How many people got obsessed with aquariums and plants? That number and that obsession and spike in the hobby has kind of fallen off. So hopefully, first weekend of August 2026. Alex speaking at Fish Fam Barbecue. I would love to do that as long as I can get there and I'm healthy. If I'm not by then, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. But boy, that would be an honor, and that would be super fun. I mean, and also, like, I love you guys, and you know, you've been, you know, we've all known each other now, like 7 years, 8 years more, some cases. So, yeah, I mean, it would kind of be a full circle thing of like, yeah, well, we all had, you know, some people didn't even have a channel, or they were just, you know, chatting, and my channel was 500 people or whatever. Yeah, that'd be really fun. So that would be an honor, and that would be really fun. You guys, I got to get off line because my wifey's home and I haven't seen her in like a week, other than for a few moments last night before she passed out. But guys, I hopefully will have an unboxing video either tomorrow or the next day, and also we'll do some like setting up these cultures, these live worm cultures, nematodes. And all that. So you guys, thank you very much. Appointments hopefully will go well. The rest of this week I am definitely trapped and I'm definitely worn out with both legs casted, basically soft cast and a hard cast. And I walk like I am Iron Man, then I'll fall. So I need a walker too. It's really graceful. Wisconsin Fish Fam Cookout, Friday, July. Look at this, guys. If you're in the area, if you're fishy and your family, July 31st to Sunday, August 2nd, RSVP at this calendar. Hey, okay, cool. Were you able? Can we click on that link? Can other people click on that link? I can't, but it's probably because of my stupid computer. I hope you guys can. Let me try to pop in real quick on my live stream on myself and see if that's clickable for me so that I can make sure that here we go. Hold on. It might like feedback. Okay, here we go. Boom. All right, I found it. I found it, guys. StreamYard. Okay. I found it. It works. Huzzah. Huzzah. Did I mute my mic? Are we live? I think we're still live. Screw it, we'll do it live. I think I muted the other one. Yeah, we'll get out of that. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys. Lush and Salty Aquariums. Thanks for stopping by. And link is good. Link is good. And guys, I will have to talk to you later. Hopefully, maybe I'll fit another stream in tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll fit it in Friday. I don't know. We'll see how squirrely I'm feeling. It all just depends on my health. Heard today that broken bones heal back stronger than before. I don't know if that's the case, but I hope it's true. It is kind of true. Yep. The way the matrix grows back is a crisscross, like spongy looking pattern. And it looks like that already, but it's a tighter version of that grows back. And the more you cause micro breaks, so it's not when you break your leg in half and it's like fully a clean break. That's just bad. And when it heals, good, but it's actually weaker. But if you break and re-break and break and re-break micro cracks or small areas like I have actually done on my ankle where it's pressure fracture and spiral fracturing, like tiny little everywhere fractures, those actually, if you do that multiple times, it can cause almost like a scar tissue to build up in the bone. And that's why people like in Southeast Asia, in a lot of martial arts, will kick like trees or stumps or posts to toughen up their leg by making micro fractures in the bone, in their shin or in their arm here. It's wild, but it does toughen you up to a degree until later life when those areas are subject to other problems. But that's something for another show. All right, guys, I got to get off of here. I've been yammering way too long, but you deserve it. I love all of you. Thank you for all the super chats, all the new members, or all the members. You guys all rock. And I hope you're all doing great and, having a great evening. I will see you guys again soon, and take care. Much love. I think you can hop over to Dan's stream if he goes this week. I don't even know if he's going, but All right, guys. Much love. Take care. Zombie Cat, you just got here. HB just got here. Womp womp. Yeah. Well, I'll be back Friday or maybe even tomorrow again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If I'm feeling good tomorrow and I'm like, man, I should just go. Like tonight, I feel okay. Then I'll go. But you know, I'll try to keep Friday on as scheduled. But it's a matter of you know, lately I haven't been feeling that great. So got to do what my body says when I've been so sick. So, oh, and I need to review this bad baby. I have to get clearance from the publisher and the author, though. But this is a pretty fun book about low-tech planchet aquariums. It's got a lot of info in it without kind of picking a school in particular. It gives you kind of options of low-tech. And I'm going to review, I've read through this book already now, and I'm going to review this soon too. So it's a pretty cool book for, you know, like a paperback type book. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Much love and take care. Come back now. Wait, y'all come back now. Do, 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 do.